See, this is why black people, African Americans, Africans, African descendants of slaves have been hiding my children for nearly 6 years. They're trying to stop me from speaking out about the fact that Hebrews and Africans are not the same thing. And Hebrews are governed by commandments in the Bible. And the eighth commandment says, Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not steal anyone's children. Thou shalt not steal a person or steal anything from anyone. And there are more people than black people involved with this stealing of the Hebrew children here in America. We Hebrews came over here. We didn't start in Africa. We're from Jerusalem, but we came over here with our ancestor Joseph. This is noted in the book of Second Esdras in the Bible. Those of you all who have the complete Bible, not just the 66 that is common. The 66 books of the Bible are the most common, but there are books of the Bible that were removed by the Catholic Church. And one of those books is Second Esdras, which talks about the Hebrews coming from the Eastern Hemisphere to the West Indies. We were the first people here in the West Indies, American Indians. And so the people that have gone after our children here in the West Indies since 1492, they're not Hebrews, and they don't want me to say that our children have been targeted with sex trafficking, pedophilia, the foster care system. They don't want me to say this. So they keep on cutting off different parts of my video. They have um, struck down my last video in this series. Do you all believe Krishan Jr. is a product of incest? Part 3. They struck that down for community guidelines on TikTok. But TikTok and YouTube are trying to stop me from saying something that is very important. If you look at the foster care system in America, whose children are the most called DCFS on? Which parents are the most called DCFS on? Whose children are the most removed? American Indian children, Hebrew children. And they don't want me to say this because they are complicit with this satanic system. And so I was talking about how the Hebrews were enslaved in Egypt for 400 years. That proves that Hebrews and Africans are not the same thing. And there is an issue with children being stolen in Africa. At one time, there was 300 Nigerian girls stolen at one time in Africa. And the same thing is happening here in America, where the Hebrew children are being stolen by Africans. And for some reason, they don't want me to say this, but it has to be said. This is an issue that has to be dealt with because since 1492, since the year 1492, many of our children have suffered with people targeting American Indian Hebrew children. And I don't care who doesn't want to hear it or who doesn't like it. The facts are the facts.